Welcome to your first of 6 Shape Up coaching lessons for Octagons. And mate, the information in this one video might just change your life completely. Each of your 6 Shape Up lessons will include a video or audio lesson like this one. And many of them have an extra Shape Up subconscious audio recording that you can listen to on the app for 1 week. If you do these as instructed, you'll be able to make some powerful changes in your self-confidence and your relationships. The audio recordings are important because they help you to change the subconscious beliefs you have about yourself and your life, which will begin to change everything. This is true because neuroscientists tell us that 95% of your choices are subconscious. This means that 95% of the time, you're running on autopilot. You aren't really making decisions. You're just reacting to your life. And often this behavior is not balanced or you at your best. If we're going to really help you change some of your behavior, we have to help you work on your subconscious thinking. We're going to make this really simple though, because understanding your thinking actually is pretty simple. Each minute of every day, you're functioning in one of 2 states. You're either balanced and loving, and you have good behavior because you feel safe, calm and happy. Or you're in an unbalanced fear state because you feel unsafe, stressed, mistreated, insulted or unhappy. And then your behavior goes downhill. Understanding your 2 states is going to make good relationship behavior really simple. And it's simple because there's only 2 options. When there's lots and lots of options, making decisions is hard. But when there's only 2, it's much easier. We're going to teach you how to recognize your 2 states and which is driving in each moment. We're going to teach you how to get out of an unbalanced fear state where you might behave badly and back into a balanced love state where you can be at your best. Now, in order to help you become your best and create healthy relationships with everyone in your life, we're going to have to share with you a powerful secret of human behavior. This could really change your life because it's going to make your bad behavior and the bad behavior of others finally make sense. Are you ready for it? Here it is. Most human behavior and all of our bad relationship behavior is driven by 2 simple core fears that everyone on the planet is battling to some degree every day. When you understand these 2 core fears, you're going to see human behavior in a whole new light. You're going to finally understand yourself too. So here it is. The first core fear is the fear of failure, which is really the fear of not being good enough. But you know about this one already because you battle insecurities and fears of failing every day. And you have had this fear for most of your life. We believe it started when you were just a small child and everyone kept saying, "No, don't do that. Don't be like that. Can't you be more assertive or nice or quiet? Or just be smarter?" The message that came through loud and clear from the big people around you was, I need to be different than what I am, and that I might not be good enough the way I am. Then you went to school, and the first thing you learned was that there were kids smarter, more athletic, and better looking than you. So the fear of failure has only become bigger. Now, as an adult, we wish we could say, hey, you've grown out of this fear. But you know that isn't true. Really? Now that you're all grown up, there's just more reasons and ways for you to fail. And some days, it's really the pits. This fear is haunting your life and thinking, and it's really costing you. It can cost you relationships and opportunities. It can hold you back in every area of your life. Now, almost everyone and everything you experience can trigger this fear of failure that's within you. And in this unbalanced, fearful state, your behavior can become really wobbly. In a fear state, you're focused on one thing, doing and getting anything it takes to quiet that fear. Sometimes it's validation, awards, a raise at work. These things can sometimes quiet the fear. Sometimes it takes interest from opposite sex, or shopping and buying something new to convince you you're okay. And then that fear shrinks down, but only for a little while, until something else triggers that fear of failure back again. And this isn't the only fear in play in your life. There's actually another core fear. The second core fear that everyone on the planet battles every day is the fear of loss. The fear that your life won't be good enough. Now, this fear shows up whenever your life is not the way you wanted it to be. And the truth is, life rarely meets your expectations, does it? So this can happen a lot. Quite often, people can disappoint or mistreat you. And when this happens, you feel really hard done by. Think about all the things in your life that you're afraid of losing or going wrong. A loved one might die. You could lose your job. You could lose money. You could be robbed. You could be stuck in traffic, be late to a big meeting. Your children could destroy the house, put a hole in the wall. You could get audited by the government. You could break a leg. There's only about 1 billion things every day that could really go wrong. So this fear of loss can be huge. For Octagons, the fear of loss can really dominate your attentions at times, especially fear of loss around things not being done right. You Octagons have really high standards about what you think right is. You can be really opinionated in an unbalanced state. When things don't go the way you want them to, you can get bothered, even a little mean, maybe a bit cross. You might not show up very nice to your family, your friends, or the other people in your life. When you're in a fear of loss state, your worst behaviour will come out every time. And if you feel really mistreated, frustrated or angry, you can get a little controlling. You might even carry on like a pork chop. When you feel taken from, you chuck a wobbly, you lose your temper. This is the problem. This fear-driven bad behaviour, it's not who you really are. The real you is good, mature, kind. But this behaviour can only happen when you feel safe and unthreatened, when you're out of that fear. Then you show up as your best for other people. When you learn how to defeat your 2 core fears for yourself, and in the next 2 lessons, we're going to show you how, you're going to have the skills and tools you really need to create relationships that work. Now, the good news is, learning to be your best, it's simple. The only thing you've been lacking is some knowledge. Once you know better, you'll do better, and you'll improve every relationship in your life. Don't miss the second Shape Up coaching lesson just for Octagons like you. It's coming up next, where we're going to give you the secret to beating your fear of failure and getting that bugger off for good. Lesson 2 will help you change your subconscious beliefs about yourself and your value, and get rid of your insecurities and the anxiety that makes you grouchy and controlling at times. This next lesson will really improve your self-esteem, which is the single greatest thing you can do to improve your relationships. You can find this lesson in your portal now.